Okay, so I'm going to very quickly go through the main parts of topic 8. Topic 8 is essentially about the nervous system. Now, because topic 8 kind of goes together with topic 7, we need to appreciate the nervous system in a little bit of a context that goes beyond topic 8. So, the nervous system is essentially a system of communication and coordination. That fits into this kind of slightly bigger picture of organisms being able to respond to their environment. So if they can respond to their environment, they can increase their chance of survival, and if you increase your chance of survival, the alleles for those adaptations have a greater chance of being passed on and so on. So you can see how such a system evolves, okay? Because essentially it's advantageous. So the way I think about it is you've got this ability to respond, and animals have that ability to respond as well as plants having the ability to respond. Now, the way animals do it, they have two systems of responding to their environment and kind of internal controls as well. The animals have hormonal control, i.e. the endocrine system, as well as that they have the nervous system. And whereas topic 8 focuses a lot on the nervous system, I think there's quite a bit of hormonal control that comes in topic 7. Next, plants. Plants can also respond to their environment. They can't move around and do stuff like that. However, they can make some basic responses to their environment, which increases their chance of survival. They don't have a nervous system, though. They have a basic kind of hormonal chemical messenger system of doing things. So this is the context in which we need to look at topic 8, and in topic 8 we do a little bit of stuff on plants, but we do quite a bit on the nervous system. We look at how the nervous system allows the communication. So we look at let's simplify it. We're basically looking at how the nervous system allows us to make a response. And the example that we use is the reflex arc, and the specific reflex arc that we look at is the pupil reflex. Okay, so the pupil reflex, how the pupils respond to light levels, is allowed, so that response of the pupil dilating or contracting is allowed by having a nervous system. It's allowing us to respond to light levels in the environment. So that's the reflex that we need to be aware of how that works. Next thing is we look more closely at neurons, okay, the different types, their general structure. We look at neurons and essentially how they work. So we spend a little bit of time looking at the structure of neurons, but then we look at the resting potential, we look at the nature of the stimulus, the nature of the impulse. So we look at resting potential, we need to understand action potential, and that's just one neuron. What happens when the impulse reaches the end of that neuron? Then we need to start looking at synapses and the action of neurotransmitters. Okay, am I forgetting anything here? Then finally, we spend a little bit more time looking at how the eye detects the light. So we'll go back to the eye, and we start looking at light. We start looking at light reception in the eye, the rod cells, what's happening in the rod cells to generate the impulse that allows the impulses to move down the optic nerve. So that's essentially the animal responses here, but then we go back to plants a little bit and understand that actually plants can respond to light also, but the way they respond to light is by the production of chemical messengers, one being auxins and the other being the kind of intracellular phytochromes. Okay, so we'll be mainly discussing this. Topic A also has a kind of more in-depth look at the nervous system by looking at the brain and how it functions, though that might be beyond the scope of this video. Okay, so let's begin.